Good morning, everybody. We have a mostly higher trade in the grain markets here on Friday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. March corn futures up 1/4 cent at 5.50 1/2. March soybeans are up 4 1/4 at 13.79 1/4. March Chicago wheat up 1 1/2 at 6.64. March Kansas City wheat is up 1 1/2 at 6.38 1/4. March spring wheat up 1/2 cent at 6.32 1/4. Couple of housekeeping notes here this morning. On Monday night, I will be streaming live. This will be the next edition of the Grain Marketing 101 series. I'll be streaming live on YouTube and also on Facebook at 7 p.m. Central Time Monday night, which I believe is the 22nd. This one will be about capture and carry. We're going to talk all about calendar spreads, how to capture carry, how to use your bins on the farm. The last couple live streams that I did were really good. We had a lot of question and answer, a lot of interactive type stuff. So tune in live. It's really been a good deal the last couple go-arounds, and I think it should continue to improve. And this is a topic I think that everybody could certainly use some improvement on. You can always brush up on your skills in regard to spreads, capture and carry, your knowledge of that sort of thing. So certainly tune in for that. And then remember, guys, as always, if you need some help from me, visit my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan here in the upper right-hand corner. For $49 a month, I will send you my morning email, which goes out every business day at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. It'll make you aware of any overnight headline that is important, all my grain marketing recommendations, all sorts of interesting charts and graphs and information. It's $49 a month billed through PayPal. If you click the subscribe button, it'll take you to a PayPal page, and that's where you check out with your credit card. It'll bill you automatically every month until you cancel. Again, no other fee, no other obligation there. To get started with some of the headlines here this morning, USDA released 2021 acreage estimates yesterday as part of its annual Ag Outlook Forum. These estimates are not based on any sort of survey. The more important acreage estimates, of course, come on March 31st, following the survey period that begins here in just a week or two. USDA estimated 2021 U.S. corn acreage at 92 million versus 90.8 last year. U.S. soybean acreage estimated at 90 million, up sharply from 82.3 last year. So if realized, that combined corn and soybean acreage number of 182 million would be record high. Again, these are just projections. They're not based on anything other than, current prices and the general USDA methodology. I don't think that the market is overly concerned with this stuff. But yeah, you're going to hear a lot more talk about acreage as we move forward here. Crop prospects in Argentina have improved due to recent rains. The grain exchange there said in its weekly report, mild climate conditions along with rainfall accumulated during the beginning of this month have improved the outlook for central parts of the agricultural area. The report went on to say weather conditions over the coming weeks will be key to maintaining these expectations. So, in general, I'd say that your crop prospects in Brazil and Argentina have probably improved over the last few weeks. They've had some rainfall. They started off very dry, but things have improved. So we're certainly looking at no crop disaster by any means in those areas. It's just a question of dialing in what the numbers will be. Spring insurance guarantees for corn and soybeans should be very strong. At yesterday's close, the February average for December corn was $4.53. The average for November soybeans so far through February, $11.71. We have only 6 trading days left in the month, including today, so it's very likely at this point that you'll see the best spring insurance guarantees for row crops that you've seen in many years, which will allow the farmer to essentially lock in some really strong revenues. It's going to set up the row crop farmer for a really nice year here in 2021. Drought continues to linger across a lot of the country. Drought began, of course, several months back in the west and southwestern portions of the country, and it's kind of pushed its way east. And I will put the drought monitor on my screen here if I can find it. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't seem to have that in front of me. But in any case, we've got drought building. It's across the Dakotas. I mean, almost all of Nebraska, western Iowa, southern Minnesota, northern Kansas. You've even got a band across Illinois and into parts of Indiana. Some of the Mississippi Delta actually becoming dry as well. The map that I do have in front of me on my screen here is the forecast for the next couple of weeks. This is expected rainfall between total accumulated rainfall, the expectation from now through the first week of March, so through March 7th. And I mean, these areas that are really dry here, the Dakotas, basically no relief. Nebraska, maybe just a little bit here in this west central portion, but really not much. Western Iowa, really not much relief. You will see relief in that band from Illinois into Indiana that I discussed, and in the Delta as well. But these areas of the northern plains and western Corn Belt in particular, I think may continue to be a problem as we move forward. Remember, everybody, March options expire today. So if you have some remaining open positions there, make sure you take a look. U.S. ethanol production remains sluggish. Weekly output 911,000 barrels per day was reported yesterday. That was down 2.8% on the week and down 12.5% versus the same week last year. Gasoline demand improved. It was up 7% on the week and down only 5.8% versus the same week last year. So maybe some signs of a light at the end of the tunnel here in regard to gasoline demand. But we're going on almost a full year of COVID and its impact on the ethanol situation, the gasoline situation, and we obviously hope that we can get back to normal sooner rather than later, but I would argue that we're not quite there yet. The cattle market yesterday was a little bit softer. Cash trade was kind of steady with last week. USDA said 112 to 115, mostly at 114, which was essentially steady with last week. We do have a cattle on feed report out later today, so after the close, be on the lookout for that. Could result in a little bit of volatility come early next week. In the outside markets this morning, the S&P's up 17, the Dow's up 100 points, gold's down, silver's up, U.S. dollar is lower. We have the crude oil down more than $1, 59.47 in the March WTI contract. The bonds are lower. If you guys need some more information, as always, check out that website. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you on Monday morning.